peeps, this is your girl D coming at you with this sweet, piping hot tea. So sit on down and enjoy the show because Just D Show is raw and uncensored.
These leveled up, I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the pie. Wait, here's some blood, you can see it in my eye.
What's up, DzPeepz? This is your girl D coming at you with this sweet, piping hot tea. So sit on down and enjoy the show because Just D Show is raw and uncensored.
These leveled up, I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the pie. Wait, here's some blood, you can see it in my eye.
What's up, DzPeepz? This is your girl D coming at you with this sweet, piping hot tea. So sit on down and enjoy the show because Just D Show is raw and uncensored.
These leveled up, I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the pie. Wait, here's some blood, you can see it in my eye.
Alright, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Let me adjust and make sure the background music is playing. Bear with me a moment. Girl, it's only you. That song's on my mind. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide. And if you're happy, I can provide everything that you desire. I love that song by D'Angelo. That is one of my favorite songs by him. Untitled, How Does It Feel? Rest in peace to D'Angelo. Apparently he passed away earlier today. So our prayers are with his son, Suevo. And y'all know I'm finna show y'all a little bit of research now. Before we get started, I do want to thank all of my DzPeepz that have been tuning in each time that I go live. And I want to thank y'all for your support. Thank you so much for continuing to support my platform. Thank you everybody that has been sending prayers. Thank everybody who's been, who has reached out. I want to just publicly acknowledge all of you. We did bury my aunt on Saturday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to the services, but she is at rest, and I'm extremely grateful that she is no longer suffering. And I appreciate all of you again for your prayers and your positive energy. Thank you to everybody that's been leaving comments after the live. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. By the way, shout out to all the viewers that are viewing my shorts that I edited and posted over 2 years ago. Because y'all keep leaving comments under the drip short that I did. And I think that's so funny. Because, like, Drip is my favorite character. Shout out to Country Wayne and Mike Bluff. Drip is my favorite character. And I really hope Country Wayne brings Drip bike. Because that was why I was watching, you know, his skits. At some point when I have more time, I probably will re-edit some of the old Drip skits and get those uploaded, because I know that the viewers tend to really like the Drip skits. So shout out to those of y'all that's been leaving the comments under that video. Shout out to all of the Rumble DzPeepz that are tuning in. We are multi-streaming on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And I hope that the people on TikTok saw the video upload. Shout out to all of my TikTokers, all my DzPeepz on TikTok. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in on the lives on TikTok. I do plan on doing another TikTok live soon, hopefully tomorrow. But I also always want to acknowledge all of you, because without you guys supporting the platform, you know, would not have the growth that it's been having. So thank you. And thank you for your positive energy. Thank you to those who have been booking the video consultations. I have truly enjoyed every single session, and I love to see when the things that I prophesied to you guys about in previous sessions actually manifest in real time. I think that's such a dope thing. So shout out to all of you that have been booking the sessions. Shout out to everyone who has sent donations, whether through the, you know, in support of my channel or, you know, just personally in life. I really do appreciate my DzPeepz for y'all's support. For those who would like to support the channel, I know new people keep asking me why I don't use super chats or super stickers. YouTube takes about 40% of every super chat and super sticker. And also with the memberships, they take up to 60%. Also, there were reports that when people were purchasing memberships, their IP addresses, payment, billing addresses, information was being allegedly leaked. And I just don't even want no parts of that. So if anybody would like to support my channel, feel free to send any channel donations to my Cash App or Venmo, which is also scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Y'all make sure that if you are not already, get subscribed to me on Rumble. That is the platform for all of the uncensored content. Also, is a really good idea for y'all, even if you are currently subscribed to me on YouTube, subscribe and follow me on Rumble, because whenever YouTube decides to censor a live, y'all know they gonna do it. So Rumble doesn't do that. That way, if at any point, you know, my live gets taken down for whatever reason, we still gonna be streaming on Rumble. So y'all make sure to get over to Rumble and subscribe and like. And I did see that I had a couple of new subscribers on Rumble. I want to acknowledge you guys as well. Thank you so much for subscribing on that platform as well. Y'all make sure to hit the like button. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Because if you hear you like my content, even if you a troll, even if you a real reject of YouTube, hell, even if you part of the Jaguar Right Garbage Pail Clan members, if you are watching, what's up, Jaguar? If y'all watching, that means you like my channel, okay? So go on and hit the like. Hit the like, hit the like. Make sure to share the live video. Participate in the chat. Let me know what you think. I really do enjoy y'all's feedback. And also, after the live, you can leave your feedback as well. Shout out to everybody that has been signing and sharing the petition. Thank you so much for y'all that have been supporting my Stop YouTube Global Cyberbullying and Gang Stalking petition. This petition is not just to have a petition. This is literally to initiate litigation against YouTube and Google for allowing multiple instances of gang stalking and cyberbullying. So thank you to everybody who has been signing that. Good to see you, RG. You know, you was on my mind the other day, and I was hoping you were doing well. So good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got my good brother Andrew in the building. Good to see you, Andrew. Good to see you. And I think, is this Miss Williams? It says L.Y. Williams. I'm believing this must be Miss Williams because it looked like the same avatar. Miss Williams, if that is you, thank you so much for tuning in the building. Got my other good brother Neptune in the building. Shout out to Neptune. We got Riri in the building. Good to see you, my love. Good to see you, Riri. Andrew, good to see you. All right, so we got Fam Bam in the building. So tonight, I'm going to be talking briefly about D'Angelo's death. And I'm about to show y'all some shit that's about to blow your mind, but y'all know I do it. I believe in showing receipts for the things that I speak on before I move forward. All commentary on my channel is alleged outside of my real life experiences and is used for the purposes of entertainment, investigative research, and education. And that is at any time that I am on this channel. Now, there are so many things that have been going on. Jay-Z has a new lawsuit that is actually currently being set up for a hearing. Now, this hearing, I do believe, will more than likely be assigned probably in the earlier part of 2026. But there is some talks of them wanting to get them wanting to get the hearing process started possibly in November. Jay-Z is being sued. For those who don't know, Jay-Z has part ownership in CASHAPP, and he, amongst multiple others, have been named in this lawsuit as of the end of July, beginning of August, for allegations of allowing the monetary platform to be used allegedly for purchasing people and children and trafficking. Now, that does align with the things that Jaguar said on that interview where she talked about the dark coin. So I'm doing some extensive research on that, but I did tell you guys last year that that man was already being investigated. I'm actually going to show you some of that tonight. So the allegations include RICO, money laundering, funding terrorism, child sexual abuse, child sex trafficking, and adult sex trafficking. All of these allegations much worse than what Diddy just faced with Cassie. So I will be giving you guys some information on that. In addition to Trump, doing this peace treaty with Israel, which I also told you guys at the end of 2024 was going to happen. I even recently told y'all that I believe not even a month ago that you were going to see a peace treaty be put into place before the end of 2025. I think I even said it would be into effect within the next month. I could have sworn that's what I said not even 2 weeks ago, that we were going to see a peace treaty be put into place. So for those who would ever try to doubt whether or not I'm a true psychic medium, baby, I'm a psychic medium. Just ask my clients that have booked with me. So the peace treaty obviously is a very good thing. The thing to be cautious about in terms of, what to watch for. We will have 3 to 5 years of peace, but what y'all need to really pay attention to is that Bill Gates has purchased all of agriculture land and farms. They're not calling it the mark of the beast. What they are calling it is the new digital system, which I previously showed you guys over this year. If y'all go back, new viewers, go back and look at my lives from earlier this year. I literally shared screen and showed y'all all of this. The RFID chip, the implantable RFID chip, how they're using the UHF grid that they took. For those of y'all that are as seasoned as me, y'all remember them old school TVs where you had to turn the knob to the UHF to get your TV signal to come in. They took that grid and used it for the RFID chip, which is the implant and essentially the tracker, as well as a way to administer medication, which I also showed y'all when I showed y'all the screenshots from when I prophesied about this on Facebook back in 2013 when they, brought forth Veritech. This shit goes very deep. So the fact that Bill Gates has made an announcement that everybody will have to be required to be a part of this new digital scanner system or be exiled from society sounds a lot like the mark of the beast that I've been telling y'all about for decades. Okay? So now it's just time to be prepared for what is to come and understand that the true chosen are never taking the mark, because it's the Most High God that will sustain us, and it is the Most High God that will protect, keep, and provide for us. But what they genuinely want you to do is to agree to get this implantable chip, and a lot of people already have it. Y'all would be surprised how many Americans already have this shit implanted. Last time I saw my father, I remember my homegirl that I went to go visit, that I was visiting and kicking it with, her friend worked on the Obama administration, and she told us how they were paying people. They were literally doing campaigns in Seattle, Washington, and this was in 2013, paying people to get the RFID chip implant into their hands, incentivizing them. They were paying each person $125 to get this shit implanted so that they could test how well it worked, and people started being able to pay for things by scanning their hand. Neither will they be able to buy, sell, or trade, except they take the mark of the beast, and they will be able to identify that mark on your forehead or hand, which I do believe Revelation says. So it's time to prepare to get off grid, family. Like, this is why I'm doing these types of lives like this, because when I'm off grid, y'all will not hear from me, because I will not be connected to this system. I thought about Lauryn Hill's song, I Get Out, and the lyrics to that. She said, you can't hold me in these chains, I get out. Father, free me from this bondage, knowing my condition is the reason I must change. And I always have interpreted that as her breaking the conditioning, which a lot of us are doing. But the whole point in the stupid chip is to keep everybody a part of they literally are going to create a one world currency, a global currency, a one world religion. Everyone's united and everyone's on this grid, and everybody has this chip implant. The fact that Elon Musk successfully implanted an RFID chip into the brain of a quadriplegic, and he reported that he was able to capture images of this person's memories. He was able to alter the nerves and his musculoskeletal system to give the person back movement and mobility in parts of their body that lacked mobility due to neurological damage. This is a man playing God. And the wealthiest, I do believe he is considered the wealthiest man, supposedly, allegedly in the world. So we have a man who's very wealthy implanting RFID chip devices that allow him to see your thoughts and memories, and using nanotechnology to do it, while also promoting this as a medical incentive, which is exactly what I told you guys in 2013 with Veritech, that they were offering the UID implantable RFID chip through Veritech. Guess who purchased Veritech? Yeah. But all of y'all called me conspiracy theorist on Facebook back in 2013 when I started my Truth Theory group. And now it's happening in real time. So just get prepared. Get prepared, because this society as we know it is changing and shifting. And it is going to initially be presented as optional. And then swiftly, it's going to become more like a totalitarianism. I'm tongue-tied right now. But basically, it will be a system where it's no longer optional. I remember seeing a video on YouTube when Obama was in office, and he said by 2026, everyone's going to have to chip in. He said everyone's going to start being required to receive a chip in order for us to restructure our financial system. Why do you think they're doing these fake ass shutdowns and stuff? This isn't about oil. This is not about war. This is about shutting down our entire capital system, our entire financial system crashing, and them creating a new one. And if you don't take this chip, if you don't be a part of this digital movement, as Bill Gates said, you will not be a part of society. I'm going to see if I can find the screenshot and actually show you guys. It was quite creepy. Let me get to your comments real quick, and then I'm going to get right into it. Absolutely, Riri. Their house of cards are falling down. I've been saying London Bridge was falling down since January. Hell, I was saying it before then, because I remember when me and Jaguar had conversations offline, we had a very deep conversation about that. London Bridge is falling. Babylon is falling. The whore in Babylon is falling. The cabal is falling. The pyramid is flipping. The last shall be first. The first shall be last. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. And those who have been hiding in plain sight are now being uncovered. She was right about one thing on Piers Morgan when she said Jay-Z would be required to respond. But what she forgot was that you also, Jaguar, are going to be required to respond for your alleged involvement in some of the very same things. But I did tell y'all at the end of 2024 that Jay-Z and Beyonce were already being investigated and that there would be arrests made and judgments made. If Jay-Z is convicted, he's going to do more time than Diddy. And Diddy, your ass need to get very comfortable because you staying in jail. Because Busby is scheduling 157 more cases against you. Sir, they gonna probably still be trying cases when you punch your clock and you ain't even here no more. I'm so serious. Like, it's ridiculous. Also, breaking news, Ariel Mitchell Kidd and Sean Perez have both filed motions to be removed as counsel for Parham in the Parham versus Combs case, which Jaguar is named in, which was scheduled for a hearing for today. And people have requested an extension so that they can switch counsel. Now, based on what I saw, I do believe that request was denied. I'm going to look after I show y'all the information about D'Angelo. But here's the thing. There's two things with this. Ariel Mitchell Kidd, you did the same thing with Adria English. Now, I can understand why they did it with Adria, because Adria just fucked up her whole case with the she Diddy bullshit and then the whorish behavior, you know, and not acting at all like a fucking victim, but more like a very willing participant, allegedly. But ma'am, why do y'all keep withdrawing from being people's counsel when it's either very close to the hearing date or on? Like, who the fuck? This is why, Ariel, these YouTube streets have been talking, saying that your ass is allegedly on Jay-Z's dick and payroll, because you had the audacity to get your Karen ass on motherfucking Piers Morgan, cooning just like Jaguar did for goddamn Trump, and say that you are for the victims. Bitch, win. Because you ain't helped no victim win a case. Either all your victims is losing their cases or you're withdrawing from goddamn counsel. So, bitch, how the fuck you for the victims? But you and Sean, y'all just keep withdrawing. That don't even make no sense. So I'm mad because you're making me support what Jaguar said while I'm investigating her ass. Because she said you was duplicitous. She told us how you ignored her and left her on red. Now we see why, because you knew she was going to be named in this case or whatever. And you just honestly don't seem to be for the victim. Now you got me agreeing with her ass. So all this fuck shit you and Courtney Burgess, don't trust them new niggas, Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Ruku looking ass did was for clout. And now y'all are validating the bullshit Jaguar done said. So here's where I'm at. I feel like all of this is game. I feel like all you motherfuckers is players in this game and y'all are losing. Because it's a whole bunch of lies tied in bullshit. I do not believe Jaguar's innocent. I do believe that there has been some bullshit when it comes to the dates. That I do believe. But I ain't gonna hold y'all. I don't believe she's innocent in this case. I don't. Not after the shit she said on that Goomba voicemail. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I believe her ass did that shit. Allegedly. That's my opinion. Because the shit they said about your ass is in alignment with the shit you said to me offline about the goddamn safe house. That you got mad because I didn't want to go stay there. And everybody was like, D, she trying to traffic your ass. Like I didn't, like I'm just didn't even consider that being a reality. It seems like you know a little too much about situations that are very similar to the movie Taken. You know, where women were taken to safe houses and then locked in rooms and shit and trafficked and shit. Remember how you talked about the shit people being put in shipping containers? Well, that's the same thing Pelletier said in this case. I'm just saying there are way too many similarities for your ass to be innocent, allegedly. So I'm definitely still investigating all of this shit here. But Ariel Mitchell kid, I think you need to go have several seats, and my love, take your ass to some better accredited law school, because you are the worst attorney I have ever heard of. Can you name the case you've won? You like the light-skinned Phaedra. When have y'all won cases? Like, for real, when? How the fuck you keep withdrawing from counsel and shit? So you just don't want to get paid because maybe the rumors, good to see you, my good brother, maybe the rumors about your ass allegedly being on Jay-Z's dick and payroll might be true. Because they've been saying that you the most recent Becky with the good hair. We know Jay-Z and Beyonce don't be fucking, allegedly. I don't see Beyonce being able to mount Joe Camel meets Donkey Kong and look at that face and get wet. I just don't believe it. Quiet as is kept. Quite a few people said she likes Panocha, allegedly. So anyway, good to see you. One and only Mod Squad in the building. Good to see you. She said YouTube is using my @ name, but it's me, Miss Williams. I'm noticing that YouTube got everybody's @ which is not really cool, because what the fuck? That's weird. But good to see you, Miss Williams. Girl, me neither. Ain't nobody getting no motherfucking chip. I tell you what I am going to do. As soon as my wealth comes in, I'm purchasing land. I'm getting a farm. I'm going to learn how to farm, and I'm going to live off the land. They can kiss my black ass. Ain't nobody getting no fucking chip. Now, it's going to be, unfortunately, a lot of people that is going to do it because they're going to want to keep their smartphones and their access to shit, and they're not even going to consider their soul, which is horrible. Straight up. Nah, don't ever get vaccinated. Nah. I don't support vaccinations because I work for United Health Group, and some people have nah. I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't do either. I'm not getting nothing implanted. I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not going to let them inject me with shit where they can control me. They can kiss my ass. Thank you, totalitarian. I don't know why the hell I couldn't say that for a minute. Totalitarian. Thank you, Riri. That's what I was trying to say. This is where they are headed with us, family. I've been showing y'all this all year, man. Now it's happening in real time, bruh. It's crazy. Oh yeah, no. And The UK, they was doing the chip implants in the UK. That started in the late 90s, because that's when I first started researching this when I was a teenager. They was doing the chip implants in 95, y'all, over there. They've been doing it over here. They I think the first article I saw of the first successful chip implant in the US was like in the early 2000s. Absolutely, Andrew. That's all they're trying to do is control us. Straight up. Straight up. I don't either. Child, because I wasn't never finna do that shit. That's the real reason she got mad. Somebody told me, D, she probably got mad because what I've heard from multiple sources is that allegedly the people, all these people I'm talking about and exposing, are trying to get me in a position to be gotten rid of. And before that happens, my ancestors, I promise y'all, they gonna visit your home swiftly. They might even visit you in your car before that ever happens. The very intention you wish for me, you'll receive. See, people tend to think because I am a high vibrational spiritualist, because I am about keeping God first, like with Jaguar. I prayed for her all the time, went into spiritual warfare for and with her. So people tend to think you are very naive, you're green, you're gullible. No, I just have a loving heart, but don't get it twisted. There's a whole different side to me because I am a Scorpio. Which we are the sign of transformation, both light and dark, good and evil. You know, love and heaven, death and demons, we both. So I would have never allowed myself to be in a situation where I'm in a safe house when it was, here's the thing. How do you call me and say, well, we can do a fundraiser for you, or, you know, there's a safe house you can go to. You can stay there. You don't have to pay any rent. That way you don't have to worry about coming up with money for a place to stay. But, you know, they'll take your phone. You won't be able to talk to anybody. You won't be able to order anything. No Amazon, no Uber Eats, no grocery delivery, none of that. No one will be able to talk to you, locate you, like no one, your family, nobody. And they will feed you, they'll protect you. You don't have to worry about anything happening to you. And then she forever kept mentioning Danny Robertson, which still made no sense to me. Why you're always trying to say that this Danny Robertson person, I don't know their gender, if they're male and female, that they are some psychotic murderer, stalker, like all of this shit, and telling me how this person and all these other people was going to come for me, how Jay-Z is hunting truth tellers and they're going to come for you, D, and I can get you in a safe house, but you know, you'll be surrounded by people who are murderers and mercenaries, so you'll be safe. What in the entire fuck? So, rewind. So for a free place to stay, you want me to be in a house full of murderers that are men. I'm a female who's been raped more than once. But I can't talk to nobody, and nobody can communicate with me, and they will take my phone, which means they will absolutely go through my shit. To a certain extent, I have a lot of security on my phone. But I'm just saying, this is what you offered. But you did so many fundraisers for other people, and every one of those fundraisers are being investigated, including the ones y'all didn't tell me about. Isn't it ironic how that happened right after you did the shit you did in February? Isn't it also ironic that I had nothing to do with it because I didn't even know about it, so y'all told me about it? See how God and my ancestors and spiritual protection work? I didn't have to do shit, y'all. I could have. Oh, I could have. So many things I could have done in revenge if I wasn't my healed, evolved self, because I'm a Scorpio. You know, we the sign of revenge. All I do is give people over to my ancestors. And they take care of you. I don't have to do nothing ever. And I still prayed for you, by the way. Lately, you've been channeling me a lot. I will pray for your healing. I hope you choose God, because if not, you already know what's up. You know what it is, Jaguar. You know what it is when you got that Baphomet tattoo. I know the spiritual debt you have to pay. And I know the torment that you go through. I also know that they did fuck you up. And they turned you into a weapon, but you became a willing weapon. As your son said, a willing sacrifice. So, you know, I can't stand a person who, on one hand, you project like you're this assassin, allegedly, and then you project that you are a truth teller whistleblower. I'm going to show y'all the video, probably tomorrow, where she said out of her own mouth, well, what if I did go back to Jay-Z and said, okay, Jay-Z, with my head held down, I'll play the game. And then I got him. So you want the world to believe you on both sides. You still fuck with them people, but you're also an advocate. It's literally impossible. You can't threaten for your ex's girlfriend and children to be raped and bullets put in their head and call yourself an advocate. You're a liar. That contradicts advocacy. Advocates are there to protect. This is why all of this is important to me. It's bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Jay-Z. It's even bigger than Jaguar. All of y'all are a part of the same satanic system, allegedly. That is what my job is to expose. Many false prophets will come in the name of Yeshua, the true Christ. You can't serve multiple gods. You can't tie your soul to Baphomet and leave, and you know that. Those deities come to collect your soul eventually. We have D'Angelo. I'm gonna get back to y'all's comments. We have D'Angelo. Allegedly passes away today. Y'all remember this? Satanic ritual calendar, the date, the satanic celebration, the type of ritual, the usage, the age of the victims. I'm about to show y'all some shit. Remember Angie Stone, March 1st. Okay, remember I was the one that broke this story. Not Stone Paxton, not Jaguar with her lying, regurgitating my fucking information and goddamn research looking ass. I broke the story on March the 2nd and showed y'all this. I really believe this is a real reason Stone came in my chat. Why are the people in the music industry so intrigued when I pull this calendar up? Does it scare you guys? Is it too familiar? Have you found yourself on this calendar? Jaguar, why did you jump off panel every single time? It could be me, you, and Odell on panel. The minute I brought this motherfucker up, your ass jumped off that panel, and I mean a heartbeat. Nigga dipped quick every time. She was like, nigga, no, I'm not finna be on panel while you expose us, allegedly. We have Angie Stone dies, or they said she did. I still don't know if that's true. Still researching that. Saint Icodoc's satanic holiday, blood ritual, drinking of human blood for strength and homage to the demons. Let me read that one more again. Pause. Any energy rising up against me shall fall by the wayside immediately and be destroyed. Let chaos and confusion come about your lives. Let death and hell follow your own evil intentions back to you. Any evil eye, curses, negative energy, and any sort of low vibrational frequency energy being sent has been returned to sender immediately, and it shall be bound to you, and you will never be set free of that. And if you continue to send the intention, my ancestors will completely have their way with you, and you may have to punch that clock. All these things I ask in the name of the Most High God, Ashe-o. See, people think they slick. Y'all keep forgetting I can see you. I think a lot of people continue to underestimate my spiritual gifts and how real they are. Because I'm going to expose this. This is what God told me to do. Blood sacrifice has been spoken about in the music and entertainment industry since I can remember as a kid. This is not some conspiracy theory. Now, again, this is the satanic ritual calendar that I discovered during my research of SRA, which is satanic ritual abuse, satanic sexual ritual abuse, exposing Satanism and witchcraft. And this has been spoken about in the industry for a very long time. Satanic holy days are usually when satanic ritual abuse, SRA, takes place. So again, we have Angie Stone is announced dead on a satanic holiday where they do a blood ritual, drinking of human blood for strength and homage to the demons, any age, male or female. The dates, pause. Why in the entire fuck were there 3 funerals for her? We know what the significance of the number 3 is in Freemasonry and the Illuminati and Satanism, as well as in the angel numbers, but we know what they allegedly do. You know, the grandmother chooses the Illuminati child and they sacrifice the other child and write their name in blood, and yeah, the significance of the number 3. Angie Stone dies the 3rd month, the 1st day, number 1 representing purity and transition, transformation, new beginning. Blood ritual is what it says. Why have the details about her death continued to be ambiguous? Intentional confusion to cover the truth. Let's think about Stone Paxton, how he came to my channel in the very same manner Jaguar did, fully supportive, you know, very positive, very uplifting, and then the sudden shift, the more I was exposing this calendar, just like Jaguar. And again, they both found my channel. I never heard of Stone, ever. Or Vassal. I'm just being honest, I haven't. So we have Angie is allegedly killed on a satanic holiday. Her funerals are scheduled again on the very next satanic holidays where they do another blood ritual. Notice how it says assassination. And she had just exposed UMG, and she had been talking about Clive and D'Angelo. Keep that in mind. Her last few interviews, she was talking about her relationship with D'Angelo and how she separated from Clive. And then she called out UMG. And not even, that was end of December, not even 3 months later, she out of here. Also, right before their spring equinox Sabbatic Gold, aka Baphomet Festival. Now we have D'Angelo. Notice that their deaths, their alleged deaths, are 9 months apart. 9 representing an ending. The death card, the tower, transition. 9 months apart. Now, I understand some people like to keep things private, but I just think that if D'Angelo had pancreatic cancer, wouldn't we have known about that? Not unless he was just that extremely private. We knew about Angie Stone's medical challenges. So we have two people who left the music industry. Did y'all know that D'Angelo had left the music industry and said that he wanted to do what the Most High God told him to do? Now all of a sudden he had pancreatic cancer and he died at 51. 9 months after his baby mama mysteriously disappeared. And she was talking about him and her and their relationship, and she was exposing shit allegedly about Clive Davis, who Stone Paxson and Vassal Benford are connected with. Y'all remember the live where Stone and Meech said that Jay-Z and Diddy were their boys? Y'all remember that? If y'all remember that, put a Y in the chat. When we pulled up on Stone, because remember, you know how we pull up and support channels of people that end up fucking me over? Yeah. Remember when he said that shit? When him and Meech both said that shit? That Jay-Z and Diddy was their boys, and the reason Jaguar ain't gonna make the music industry because she's speaking on them? Okay, so y'all do remember that. I had to scroll to the bottom to see it. So I'm just saying, I'm not denying that the man had cancer. What I'm saying is, how do we know it was not a sacrifice when it happened the day after they start their preparation for All Hallows Eve? Abduction, holding, and ceremonial preparation of individual for human sacrifice. Yes, I do believe he died of cancer. However, I just feel that some of these back-to-back deaths are not deaths. I'm being honest with y'all. And I don't care who says that's a stretch, bruh. Because so far, everything I've been finding and aligning with this calendar has been turning out to be real. Especially when I look up the gematria. Y'all know I'm going to pull up D'Angelo's gematria. I can't do it here because on the mobile version, I can't share screen I can't like share screen another web page because I have to stay in the same browser page. But I'm just saying, his death almost seemed scheduled, is what I'm saying. And remember what Angie Stone said, that they injected her, they used an infected needle and injected her and gave her an intentional staph infection. We know that from the allegations and all of that Diddy, has been accused of, that people were injected with GHB. I showed you guys how a GHB injection overdose can mimic pulmonary issues, aka Kim Porter's. I'm just saying, all of these natural things happening to people that either was trying to expose these people or leaving these people, but mostly exposing them. Because what everybody kept saying is, why D'Angelo wasn't at Angie Stone's fumes. She had 3, my nigga. That's your baby mama. You ain't show up to none of them. This is what I predict. Swavel's going viral. This is my opinion. I feel like both his parents were sacrifices for him, because he kept saying during that Vlad video where he was publicly disrespecting Angie repeatedly how bad he wanted to be famous and how he wanted to do anything he could to make it. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest. Y'all know my channel is raw and uncensored. All of my prayers go to this young man in all seriousness, because I understand the pain of losing a father. I understand the pain of losing a parent. But sir, you have no talent as a rapper. I'm sorry, that nigga sounds worse than Flavor Flav. Look, because I went and listened to his music after Angie publicly embarrassed him during that same interview where he was disrespecting her. She said at the end, son, if that's the best you can do, I have failed you. Rest in peace to the queen. all respect to the queen, but you and your husband, your baby daddy, y'all, I don't know if this boy just was spoiled and allowed to just sit up on his ass, but sir, I don't care how popular being a super fat ass is in y'all's generation, you still need to have skill. When I look at motherfuckers like Pac and I heard him, garbage. So you only gonna be famous because of your parents, even though you disrespected your mom on the interview on that platform and said, I don't want to be known I don't want to be famous just because I'm Angie Stone and D'Angelo's son. Sir, if it wasn't for them, nobody would even know who the fuck you were. The fuck you mean? You would just be an average kid. Well, not kid, average young man. I think he's like 21, 22, some shit. So it's like, if you go viral, it's only because of them. But to have the audacity to tell your mama to her face, I don't want to be famous and be known because of you and dad. The fuck? That's what I mean. He sound like he was really spoiled because she said she worked a lot and they got taken care of by other people. I feel like him and Diamond had certain animosity towards Angie when she was living. And it was obvious. They both did. The fact that Diamond put hands on her mama. And then he was publicly embarrassing her and disrespecting her. And the interviewer had to tell him to respect his own mama. And now they're both gone because that manager chick, Shayna, the one that was Angie's supposed assistant, she was all promoting him and his music right after Angie died. She didn't even post no shit about Angie, but you lived with her. You were her living assistant and you didn't post no condolences, memories of her, like nothing. And yet you're promoting her son, and the rumor mill says that allegedly they got something going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because she kept saying she wanted to be the next Angie Stone. And she ain't got talent either. I don't know who lied to y'all both and told y'all that you had talent. And that's no disrespect. That's just for real, because I love music. I can't stand that shit. Nah. Make it because you put in the work, not because... What irritates me is how much he disrespected his mama when she was living, but now you're known because she died. Y'all feel what I'm saying? If you feel what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat. Like, bruh, you wouldn't even respect your mom when she was alive. Now you're dealing with the pain of her being gone, and you're using the exposure to promote your music. You're not showing us the real you. You're not showing us emotion. You're not showing us, hey, I'm grieving. This is how I'm dealing with grief. I'm channeling into my music. It's just like, oh, hey, look at me. Look at me. Then they said right after she died, he was supposed to went on tour with D'Angelo. I don't even know if that ever happened. If D'Angelo was sick, that's probably why it didn't happen. So again, you're getting exposure because of your parents after publicly disrespecting them. And the next thing you know, we're going to see sponsorships, and we're going to see all types of, new opportunities, new shows, like, it's the typical shit. Sacrifice. Then they get their wealth and their fame, and what is it worth? Is it truly worth your soul? Some of them people, it is. Because to them, this earth is all there is. But to me, it's definitely not. Especially once I went there. So I don't know. I'm going to continue to research this because something about this feels planned, in my opinion. Something about this, something in the milk ain't clean. Now, if D'Angelo was extremely private, I can understand that. Because when I was going through thyroid cancer, I was too, because nobody, you just don't want all that pity. Oh, woe is me. I feel sorry for you. No, I can understand that. I just find it odd that no one ever mentioned this, like ever. Not even, Suevo. But yeah, he died, it says, after he lost his battle with pancreatic cancer. So what Angie told us was that when he got dropped from Virgin Records, all she had to do was make a phone call to Clive, and then she was able to get him on with J Records. But he was told, and this is according to Angie Stone, he was told that in order for him to really make it, he would have to basically leave Angie behind. And then there was let me pull it up. There was another article that was saying that supposedly the reason they broke up was because he cheated on Angie. I mean, but Angie talked about that, because he was a lot younger than her too. And then there were all those allegations. That's another thing too. It was crazy how Jaguar stole all the content that I researched about all that, and then had the audacity to say that Angie Stone was the mother and queen of Neo Soul, and then turn around and call her a groomer and a pedophile. Like, what the fuck? Now, next is this. Hold on, let me pull this up. Mr. Joe Camel meets Donkey Kong and his lawsuit. Give me a second. Him and these Temu ass dreads, y'all know I'm about to roast his ass right quick. Jay-Z, you and these Temu ass dreads, you know what I'm mad at, sir? You call yourself wealthy. You call yourself a billionaire. Why the fuck your hair always looks like dookie sticks? I really need to know. I need to know why your hair look like boo-boo sticks. Why do you think that this is not, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. This is not the look for you, sir. You'll do better to just go on and get you a low fade and call it a day. I'm gonna need you and them Temu ass, dookie stick ass threads to get the hell on. I don't like it. Thank you for the ones. Miss Williams said, if I would have ever thought about hitting my mom, I would be living. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Count her blessings, because, everybody was like, well, Angie Stone knocked her teeth out. Y'all know our mamas... We didn't even have the nerve to think of doing that, let alone do it. Because you just might not have no breath in your body after you put your hands on your mama. I'm not saying it was okay what Angie did. I'm saying I understand how she had that reaction, because I gave birth to you and you gonna put hands on me? This is why I have the questions that I have about Diamond. When the articles came out claiming that allegedly her and Shayna had called to get information regarding Angie's life insurance policy, not even 24 hours after they announced her dead. I also needed to know how Stone Paxton knew that the feds showed up at the scene of the accident prior to the paramedics. How did anybody know that Angie's body allegedly had been removed from the scene of the crime and brought back? Who was in the van that was telling you these things? Like, these people in this industry that are all coming forward pretending to be truth tellers seem to all have connections to the very people that they claim to be exposing. Seems like y'all all on the same team. And then Suevo was constantly publicly disrespecting her. And then in other instances, he would show her respect and honor her. It seemed like he really enjoyed the clout off his mom. Like when he would do all the videos with her They was trying to do a little reality TV show. It was like he went from, I don't want to be known for being famous because, you know, my parents, that's lame, to just straight clout chasing and enjoying it because, sir, you ain't got no skills. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. You don't. What you really do need, you need somebody like Pac to sit with you and help you. Just because this generation's music is trash doesn't mean yours should be. Your parents were both legends. I'm gonna be honest, sir. When you rap the way you do, you really disrespect both your mama and daddy. I'm gonna be honest. When your mom publicly shaded you and said, if that is the best you can do, I have failed you, I was like, damn, Angie Stone don't give no fucks. She was right though. So it's the audacity to be terrible at rapping and disrespectful to your mama, but now you get to clout chase off of both your parents. I'm just saying that's how it's looking to me, allegedly. You know what? If they do 3 fumes for D'Angelo, I'm done. I'm all the way done with this shit. Like, man, fuck y'all. Fuck the whole industry if they do that shit. Like, dead ass, bruh. Because that was some bullshit in the first place. And then Tyler Perry getting his ass up there. And I don't think I should have had to pay for 3 fumes. Tyler, that is just a drop in the bucket for your ass. If you don't stop being cheap, the fuck. And wasn't you supposed to be Angie's friend? How many of us have them friends? The ones we can't depend on. Friends. I'm just saying. They better not do that bullshit. Boy, I'm telling you. Thank you. These motherfuckers selling t-shirts, pre-selling t-shirts. Then they was selling the goddamn obituary. Selling their hot sauce in there. Now sell the product. Sell the hot sauce. Sell the tea. Sell the product. Ain't nothing wrong with that. T-shirts at a funeral. I just lost my auntie. They just buried my auntie on Saturday. If I found out that these niggas was selling t-shirts at my auntie's funeral, I would cuss everybody out in love. I love you, but fuck you for doing. That's disrespectful as hell. Who's that desperate for money if all of y'all supposedly got money? Why the fuck was Diamond on Facebook with... Diamond on Facebook cussing people out for questioning why she was asking for cash apps. This boy getting promoted by Shayna, the person they're suspecting could have possibly, maybe, allegedly had something to do with Angie's demise. She's constantly promoting Suevo. The energy, I'm just going to keep it a stack. They energy definitely don't feel platonic. I'm just going to keep it a stack. So now we got Angie out the way. D'Angelo's out the way. Who's left? The son. Now all the shine is on him. Where the fuck is Diamond, by the way? I ain't seen her nowhere in the media. Last I heard, she was allegedly suing Stone Paxton. You know what? I'm going to investigate that next. I want to see how that shit went. Because I didn't see none of them lives, because at that point I wasn't fucking with Stone. But I've seen articles that allegedly she's suing him for defamation. Well, I'm just saying. Yes, Dookie Sticks. Shit, his hair looked like goddamn Dookie Sticks. I'm mad at his fucking hair. Like, who the fuck, somebody, you know what, was it Lee or Cohen? Did Lee or Cohen tell you that them Timu ass dress was sexy? You know, your alleged true Becky with the good hair. Oh, lay your head on my pillow, looking ass. That long ass middle finger. I was like, yeah, it looked like he stuck that shit right up his ass. Allegedly. I'm just saying. I don't know who told you that them Dookie Six was cute, but they not. They not. And you got too much money allegedly to be goddamn looking like that. No, it ain't his real hair. That's why I be going in. Andrew, you laughing? I'm serious. Tell me that them goddamn dreads don't look like them Timu ass dreads. You look at this nigga and look like you got the goddamn dreads don't match your nappy roots. You're pursing your lips like you're ready to suck some dick. Oh, it's been a while since I've done a good old roast. Straight up, no. She said, yeah. Got these goddamn Timu ass dreads. I'm mad at the fucking dreads and your facial expression. The fuck? What was going on here? Did Solange hit you again like she did in the elevator? Solange fucked his ass up. She had that, what's the word? She had that ratchet ass, I'm finna pull up with Vaseline and tennis shoes ass wig. He looking like he just got hit in the face and he pissed off. I swear. Thank you. Why he couldn't just grow his dreads? That shit looks so goddamn fake. That's why I call them dookie sticks. They don't even look like good dreads. You know what it looked like? It looked like somebody took a dookie stick ass dread, took his nappy roots and tried to wrap the nappy roots around the dreads, and then realized, you know what? This shit ain't about to blend. I'm gonna just let it look fucked up. He's rich. They're not gonna question it. Just D show is, because I'm very analytical and detailed, and your hair look like dookie sticks. Your hair look like it smell like shit. Oh, I'm about to make that into a song. Your hair look like dookie sticks. Your hair look like it smell like shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I have not done a roast in so long. Oh my God. Oh my God, yo. But you know what, Jay-Z? That hairstyle might do well in Jaya. Cause you look like you might be somebody's good little bitch. Did you and Leor did you really fuck him? Cause a lot of people been saying allegedly y'all been like, but in the what? I said but in the what? I'm just saying, allegedly. I think if you go to jail, that's the place for the dookie dreads. Since the activities and things. The dookie dress will go over well. They're gonna be like, oh, you pretty, like that episode of Boondocks where where Tom Dubois was afraid of going to jail. He was like, oh yeah. He's like, his skin all soft. His hair look like a girl. Yeah, they gonna be trying to make you be their bitch. Cause I think that's where you finna go, sir. I said in 2024 that you and your mail order bride rather, were being investigated. Ain't nobody believe me. So yeah, Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, has built a legacy as a hip hop icon and savvy businessman. You know what? I can't say that with a straight face when I know that you just had a terrible, horrible end to that bullshit ass pre-roll J bullshit. Nigga, you lost over 500 stacks. I cannot even read this as an investigative researcher. I can't read this and call you a savvy businessman when you thought selling a and it was mid? Nigga, no. It's the audacity. Who the fuck did you think was gonna purchase a $50 J full of mid? At least get some goddamn loud in that bitch. Not some mid. The fuck? A savvy businessman would have known better. And they said your shit didn't stay lit. So, nigga, No, you ain't no savvy businessman. You're a failure, sir. And now your ass going to jail, where you belong. And I can't wait for it to happen. Just saying. Miss Williams, just like allegedly, his real first name isn't Sean, and that's the main reason he couldn't be forced to take it. Oh, now that's some piping hot tea. I'm gonna leave that up on the screen for a minute so that when I go watch the replay, I remember to research that. More and more, I believe, Ramir. Just more and more. As time in these cases progress, it seems like poor Ramir. But you know what, Ramir? You gonna get paid anyhow. I'm trying to tell you. You know, how do I say this? If you know, you know. And if you know the difference between mid and loud, put the number 2 in the chat. If you know what the difference between mid and loud is. Because again, a savvy businessman would have known ain't nobody paying 50 goddamn dollars for pre-wrote J's of mid that your punk ass could have maybe quite possibly sprinkled with Special K or GHB, allegedly. I don't smoke shit pre-rolled. I did that a long time ago. Got fucked up. I learned my lesson the hard way. Ain't nobody buying no goddamn mid-grade. Nigga, no. Ain't nobody doing that bullshit. I believe whoever convinced you to do that bullshit was your enemy, and they was trying to get you fucked up. They was trying to get your ass to goddamn lose out on money and shit. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If you know, you know. What's understood don't need to be spoken. Ain't nobody paying that shit. You lucky if you get 10 goddamn dollars for that bullshit. The fuck? And the shit didn't stay lit on the reviews. Look, it comes in this luxury box. Fuck your box. I didn't pay for the goddamn box. I paid for the J, and the shit don't stay lit. You know why? Cause mid don't stay lit. Stupid motherfucker. That's why you roll that shit in the blunt or put it in a bomb. Shit. Or you infuse it into some food. Which, by the way, is the strongest strength of that. Anyway. Because y'all know I know how to do that. I'm a chef, I be infusing shit. I cannot call you a savvy businessman when you failed miserably with your most recent business, sir. You and Beyonce need to retire. Do you ever heard the story how Jay was afraid to come out of hotel because Pac was looking for him? No, but now that you told me, I'm gonna research that shit. I'm just saying. Talking about a savvy businessman. My ass, shit. Nah. Because if he was a savvy businessman, his ass would have got his ass out this shit before it went to litigation. Yeah. He is facing a legal challenge that, of course, tarnished his reputation. So back in isn't it ironic how this happened 4 days before Jaguar pulled her bullshit? Just noticed that. February 5th this year, shareholder lawsuit filed in California accuses the rapper Jay-Z and other Block Incorporated directors of allowing CASHAPP. Pause. By the way, for those that don't know, yes, Jay-Z is on the board of directors for CASHAPP and has part ownership in CASHAPP. Okay, that's why this is so relevant. a popular payment platform to become a hub. Again, let me repeat that. They're accused of allowing Cash App to become a hub for illegal activities, including money laundering, sex trafficking, and terrorism financing. Pause. Do y'all remember on the last live when I showed you the video clip of Jaguar speaking about the dark net, the dark web, and the dark coin? If y'all remember that, put the word dark in the chat when she said that these people are allegedly using the dark coin to transfer flesh, and how she saw that there was a $500 million video that just had gotten shopped by Diddy, allegedly, that she watched because she monitors the dark web to see what videos are shopped and who's being traded, but yet you never said that you were doing anything to stop any of that, which makes you look like you could possibly maybe be allegedly involved in those said activities that you are putting out there, which is real weird. Yeah. Now, it goes on to say, these allegations you're going to see also include child sexual abuse, child trafficking, RICO, the same charges that would have been brought against Jay-Z had he been forced to do the DNA and been identified as Ramir's father, because Jay-Z was being accused at that time of allegedly transporting Ramir's mother between state lines when she was a minor, which is considered illegal in trafficking. How is it, sir, that this is coming up again, Mr. Carter? What you been doing, Mr. Carter? You've been awfully quiet, you and Beyonce, Mr. Carter. You ain't say shit about Diddy, other than the fact that you tried to deny y'all was friends, even though his kids call you uncle, you lying ass motherfucker. With them dookie stick ass dreads. Funny how all of y'all is like not escaping from the exposure that didn't Jeff D say this shit last year, that 2025 was going to be the year of exposure, and the way guys are going to do it, you ain't going to be able to run from this shit. Again, now I got to damn agree with Jaguar when she said the shit on Pierce Morgan. Because, yeah, you is being forced to respond, sir. That you are. She will be too, though. I already seen what's finna come. I'm just saying. How you being named again? And there's another case of a man accusing you of allegedly sexually abusing him when he was a boy, and transporting him. Why your name keep coming up in sex trafficking cases? Why were you friends with Epstein and Weinstein? Why were you and Beyonce at the top of the invitation list for Diddy's parties if y'all weren't friends? Y'all remember when I did the investigation about Claudia and Kathy White and their alleged connections to Jay-Z and Diddy? Because y'all remember when Claudia got all in her feelings and went into a whole rant in the comment section, then deleted the shit, and then went on Instagram and posted comments, and then tried to delete the shit, and then sent 5011 DMs that I still haven't read. And then, but remember when she lost her shit about me and Jaguar talking about her alleged involvement with Diddy, because Jaguar was saying she was allegedly Diddy's girlfriend, and she went off on Jaguar and threatened to sue her. And then I decided to investigate, and I seen the picture of her sitting on Diddy's lap looking like a whole, not groupie, but an alleged possible lover, allegedly. And she got all in her feelings about that. And, I'm trying to wonder how all these people are involved with one another, but everybody's being silent about allegations. And the people being silent about the allegations are people who have all been accused of having some sort of involvement with said allegations. Claudia was accused of having alleged involvement in the disappearance of Kathy White. Claudia was accused of allegedly fucking Diddy. Claudia was accused of allegedly fucking Jay-Z. The most she said about this shit was when she clout chased off of claiming that Diddy allegedly started blowing up her phone and stalking her and threatening for her to, we can make you disappear. Oh my God, you guys, Diddy said he can make me disappear. Yet there's other videos of you asking him where all the after parties is at. After the VMAs. The VMAs where the woman claimed she was 13 years old and got raped, allegedly, by Diddy and Jay-Z, and then redacted her story and then dropped the case with prejudice, and then later said she did it because allegedly Jay-Z threatened and coerced her and her family. I'm just saying, it's a lot of people involved in a lot of these accusations that are all connected to one another in these industries, because Claudia, she played as a video vixen and a model and looked amazing in all the videos. But Claudia is also a cliche. Very successful, beautiful woman that lives alone with 11 cats. And got in her feelings when me and Jaguar was roasting her. I ain't gonna lie, them roasts was funny as shit though. But for real. So, why do people think that it could not be a possibility that accusations like this could actually be true when the activities that have been reported at Diddy's freak-offs landed him a conviction? And if y'all were always there, allegedly, Jay-Z and Beyonce, then y'all know a lot. Jay-Z, why did you have a Baphomet statue at the party that Jonathan Hay attended? Because, Jaguar said you allegedly be watching my channel, so I figure if you is, I'm going to just ask you directly, sir. And I'm going to tell you directly, them ugly-ass, Timu-ass dreads you need to get rid of. Them dookie-ass dreads need to go in the trash, sir. Burn them hoes and never put them back, because they don't match nappy roots. And you are way too wealthy to be shopping on Temu for hair accessories. Go on and get you a stylist. And if he or she cannot find the hair weave, which it looks like you would need a number 1 or possibly a number 4, because I used to wear weave and do weave, okay? You need to get the color that is closest to your nappy roots. Now, what I heard is that you got a bunch of gray and you be dyeing your nappy roots. So if you dye your nappy roots, then get you a number 1. At least get the right color to match your hair so it don't look so much like shit is dangling off of your scalp. I'm just saying. Because that shit is horrible. You too wealthy for that bullshit. So, no, sir. I'm gonna forever drag you for them Temu ass dreads. For real. You too rich for that shit. Get that shit out your head. Anyway, Patel versus Dorsey has thrust Jay-Z and Block co-founder Jack Dorsey into a high-stakes courtroom battle with serious implications. Again, this is much worse than what Diddy was accused of. And y'all remember Diddy said he was going to have the last laugh. Just saying. Playing as viral, Patel, a Block Inc. Shareholder, filed a suit in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, known as a shareholder derivative suit. It seeks to hold the company's director accountable for alleged failures that hurt Block's value. The complaint targets Jay-Z. Notice how he's named first. He's named first. The complaint targets Jay-Z, Dorsey, and 13 other current... Ooh, 13. That's interesting. Because we know what the number 13, means in Freemasonry. Anyways, other current and former board members and officers claiming they breached their fiduciary duties, obligations to act in the company's best interest by neglecting oversight of CASHAPP's operations. The lawsuit paints a grim picture. It alleges CASHAPP was exploited for a range of criminal activities: money laundering, child abuse, sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and even funding terrorist groups. According to the complaint, Block's leadership ignored clear warning signs and misled shareholders about the app's safety and compliance with anti-money laundering laws. These failures, the suit argues, expose the company to regulatory penalties and reputational damage, a risk that's already hitting hard. Now, again, a lot of people didn't even know that Jay-Z was on the board like that. Some people did, but a lot of people didn't know that. This will end him if convicted. Like all the other suits, this is the one that will end him. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait. These motherfuckers finally getting what is due to them. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so serious. Because what I really believe is that not everybody who has made these allegations are lying. Now, of course, we know there are people that lie and make shit up to get paid, just like the people did with Michael Jackson. But in my spirit, when you have survived sexual abuse, and then I'm an empath clairvoyant, I can feel when it's happened to people. You can tell when people are making it up, and you can tell when they really been through that shit. Because you can feel them, or as an empath, I can feel them. And some of these stories are very horrific, and they are worse. So again, I hate that it has me agreeing, but I remember when Jaguar said that he was worse than Diddy. I've been researching Jay-Z for decades. I've actually been researching Jay-Z longer than I've been researching Diddy, because I was speaking about Jay-Z's Do As Thou Wilt clothing line on my Facebook, my old Facebook that's not even active anymore, back in 2011. I do believe that, what she said about him. I do, based off of my own research that I've done about him, way before I was on YouTube. Again, I just don't believe Jaguar's innocent. I believe she was a part of it, allegedly. I think she was used as a weapon and as a sacrifice, like her son Sam said at some point, thought she was going to try to get out. They was like, hell, fuck no, you finna keep doing this shit. And then, well, let me see if I go out here and, be a whistleblower and maybe that'll take the heat off me. No, all you motherfuckers that was allegedly involved in this shit is getting exposed. That includes your ass too. Anybody at any point, again, I don't care if it's 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years, if you ever participated in someone being sexually abused, sex trafficked, any of that shit, sacrifice, God is going to expose you, and you are not going to escape that exposure. And you will be held accountable, and you will pay for what you did. Because the people that this shit was inflicted onto got no justice, and a lot of those people are no longer here on this planet. People be thinking that because they sell their souls to other deities that they have protection. That protection only goes so far, and them deities will come and collect your soul, have, did, and are still coming to collect y'all souls. Just because you align with a deity don't mean it won't destroy you after it uses you. That's why, like it says, what would it profit a man to gain, to sell this, gain the whole world and lose his soul? What is it worth to sell your soul to a deity on a planet that's already condemned? Makes no sense. Unless you're caught in the ego state of, I want to have this, I want to have that. Let me tell you something. When they launch this new grid, all of your shit is being taken from you. So instead of investing in chains and purses and rims and cars and houses, again, start planning to live off the land. I'm literally going to teach myself how to farm and live off the land. If I were all of y'all, I would invest in that at this time, given what's going on. See, the reason they have all these cases and all this shit in the media is to distract you from what they're doing. A lot of people had no idea that Bill Gates owns 98% of all the water reservoirs and farms at this current time in everywhere, not just United States, globally. And he's the one promoting this new digital system, this new societal digital system. And y'all think these celebrities and entertainers aren't gonna fall in line with this shit? Why is it that people connected to Jay-Z, Diddy, and Clive Davis all have mysterious types of deaths? Left Eye, Aaliyah, Pac, Heavy D, Biggie, Kim Porter, Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina. All these people. Kathy White. Now Angie Stone and D'Angelo. Again, D'Angelo probably did die from pancreatic cancer. But if they injected Angie with shit to cause disease, what I learned working for United Health Group, and then me going through thyroid cancer twice. Two human conditions that live within us at all times that lie dormant are both cancer and herpes simplex 1. If you had chicken pox or ever had a cold sore as a child, that lives in you. Cancer lives in all of us. It's just certain either foods or trauma, usually foods that trigger it. Something about this feels planned to the T. The 9-month time difference, the satanic ritual dates matching again, and the aloof and ambiguity in, oh, he died from cancer. What the fuck? How long did he have cancer? Even if he's private, I would just think the family would have at least said, hey, my dad's dealing with a serious medical condition. Can y'all pray for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you ain't tell us what it is, just like ask him for prayers, whatever. It's D'Angelo. And he died at 51. 5 represented new beginnings. 1 representing an awakening. Angie Stone died at 63. 3 is for abundance, 6 is for balance and harmony, contrary to what they told you about 666. In the angel number version, it means balance and harmony. It's not evil. In her gematria that said child sacrifice labyrinth, now we have Jay-Z being accused of this. Much worse. Money laundering, child abuse, sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and even funding terrorist groups. Now, I don't know why this particular article doesn't list it, but RICO was also listed on the very first one, because I've read about it on multiple sources. RICO was listed on it as well. So this is like 100 times worse than what Diddy just went through with Cassie. And this case started last year, but it's now moving to, it's progressing to getting scheduled for the hearing date. And I'll pull it up for part 2 of this to show you guys. But I believe when I looked up the last article, it said that attorneys, prosecuting attorneys are looking to try to get a hearing date as soon as November, but it may not happen until the beginning of 2026. But I told y'all that. I said he's already been investigated. There's going to be a case and an arrest made. And if it doesn't happen by the end of 2025, it will happen in 2026. So yeah, these are the accusations that him and the rest of the board members are facing, and this is horrible. So again, I believe this is why his ass has been so quiet about the Diddy situation, because he's been dealing with this shit, plus a few other cases too. Yeah, Jay-Z joined Block's board in 2021 after the company acquired Tidal, his music streaming platform, for $237.3 million. Wow. Wow. As a director, he was expected to help oversee corporate governance, including compliance with legal standards. The lawsuit claims he and his fellow board members failed to implement strong safeguards, allowing Cash App's alleged misuse to spiral out of control. While specific actions by Jay-Z aren't detailed in public reports, his board position ties him to the collective responsibility now under fire. And that's what happens when you are a board member and part of the team that runs things. You are held responsible, everyone equally. Now, the reason I feel like there could be some truth to this is, again, because of what Jaguar said about the dark coin and how that's used. It's kind of looking like that could be relevant to this situation if they were using any sort of digital currency tied to Cash App, which I do believe they were, for the purpose of purchasing and trafficking, especially as it relates to children. This also would contradict all of his bullshit about how social media, I don't know why social media is calling me a bad guy and calling me a Satanist and shit. You know, my kids now are affected by all of this, but yet you're now being accused of being involved with sex trafficking and child abuse in RICO. So you talked about, how do I explain this to my kids? How the fuck do you explain this shit to your kids? Because guess what? This affects them now too. This affects your lineage. This affects your generational wealth. And if you are convicted, your children carry the burden of your shame even when you're dead. They're always going to be known as the children of the man who was accused allegedly of all of this shit. They got to live with that shit. Just like Diddy's kids got to live with, you know, his bullshit. That's going to always be put on them. This shit is crazy to me. For real, for real. So yeah, this goes all the way back to May of last year when they started investigating. That's why I had kept telling y'all last year that they was already being investigated and shit. Hold on. Yep, and here, November 2024, Block instructed employees not to discuss Jay-Z on internal forums, hinting at brewing tensions. The company settled with 48 states for $80 million over the violations just weeks before the lawsuit hit, and then Patel filed the lawsuit, escalating the fallout in February of this year. And then it says the company settled a case in the case of users of the Cash App in a data breach by making a payout worth, I think it was like 15 million or billion, because yeah, I couldn't pull that screenshot up. Like I said, sir, you got so much explaining to do, and I'm just trying to wonder what type of defense is he even going to be able to put together to defend this. Like, seriously, what you gonna say in defense of this? Because these are terrible, terrible allegations. This is the shit, like I said, this is what's gonna ruin your family. This is gonna be the shit if convicted. Beyonce definitely leaving your ass. I'm just saying. She ain't sticking around for this shit. The fact that she took his last name off of all of her brands and took her maiden name back, she done already did that shit if y'all ain't know. Because she know what's coming. Okay, so yeah, they made a payout worth $15 million on August 10, 2024. The previous day, the state settled. January 16, 2025, the company settled a case worth $175 million in the case of failure to suppress fraud in the platform. So again, if you're failing to suppress fraud, which means you're failing to prevent it, that means you are intentionally allowing it, and that would explain the money laundering accusation. The incidents are symptomatic of a pattern of operation and regulation issues preceding the lawsuit. Sounds more like, you know, allegedly playing bullshit. Like, oh, we're gonna act later like we didn't know it was going on. Oh, really? That's what happened? Oh, we didn't know. Okay. Meanwhile, they breaking you off allegedly and sending a certain amount to offshore accounts. You know, allegedly. The shit just be crazy to me, for real. It's crazy how these people allegedly do this shit and really believe that they are above the law. It said for Jay-Z, the case is both personal and commercial. A guilty verdict or settlement could sully his image as a corporate heavyweight built through enterprises like Roc Nation and Tidal. For 50 million users at Cash App, the issue concerns the security of the app. And people already been reporting they shit getting hacked and money getting moved out of their account. So how do we know that y'all allegedly weren't the ones doing this damn shit? The case also raises question about the regulation of pay apps, in which the rate of expansion runs ahead of regulation. Experts wonder if other celebrities will think twice about tech board appointments in light of this. This shit right here is, yeah, this right here, this is what's gonna end you, sir. This is what's gonna end you. This just ain't good. Straight up. This is not good at all. And I love to see it. I love to see what is looking like possible justice come in. And I feel like it's about damn time. Because if any of this shit is true, that means y'all have genuinely been allowed to just use platforms that are supposed to be for, you know, easily sending money back and forth or using it to pay for things and not having necessarily, like, it ain't supposed to be used for these allegations. And here's how I look at it. If this is true, Diddy knows about it. That might be why he said he was going to have the last laugh. And if this is true, literally everybody connected to Jay-Z is going to be affected by this. Even artists, I mean, every business connection is going to be affected by this. It's going to be like a tidal wave of a fall, like Babylon falling. Oh, it's people talking shit right now. Y'all just watching to talk shit. I don't care. Now, to this, hold on, let me delete some of these screenshots so I can put more stuff up on them. Jay-Z, yo ass going to jail. Like, for real. I feel like yo ass is going to jail. I do. Andrew said, oh wait, I was trying to, Suge had to call, yep, for real. Oh, wow. Wow. Jag's off the side, yeah. And what is Jag accused of? Cash App frauds with like Bonnie Amber Bliss. Damn. I forgot about that. You right, fam. Because all four of them were affiliated with her channel and subscribers. And that whole thing where they claim that Jaguar and Odell gave Amber $3,000, what they told me, because we talked about it offline, they said they didn't give Amber no $3,000, that Amber had asked them for $3,000 and then allegedly gotten the money from somebody off of Maggie's channel, and then another person said, no, that's not true. Amber didn't get the money. It was Bliss. It was not Bliss Forever. It was Bonnie Ellis. Then the other people said, well, no, Bonnie Ellis gave the money. It's all these rumors. At the end of the day, anybody who is connected to Jay-Z is questionable. And what I'm hearing loud and clear and being reminded of is when Jaguar said that her goal was to sue YouTube and try to force them to give her 4 seats on the board. And my thing is, if you dislike the people that run YouTube, why would you want to be a part of their board? I feel like she's trying to compete with Jay-Z and can't, because obviously he rejected her. But this board member shit, the allegations of them just allegedly, blatantly allowing it, kind of, paints a picture that maybe, just maybe, there could be some truth to it. I love when D says 50. Thank you, Riri. And she said, Miss Williams said, what's even more disturbing is, why did Bobby Brown give Diddy a shout out exactly when he was being honored? Just like Kanye did the same thing and was like, free Diddy, free my nigga. Men are the victims. Men are the real victims. And I'm thinking, like, Kanye, blink twice if you need help. Did Diddy rape you? Is that what you're really trying to say? Do you need to come be, a guest at Forever Freedom? Because I'm serious. I be wondering, like, did some shit happen? Like, for real, did Kanye get dealt with? Was he bent over non-consensually? Because he acts so erratic. One minute you don't like Jay-Z, you don't like Diddy. The next minute you talking about free Diddy. You got on the black fucking Grand Wizard outfit doing YouTubes with academics who also has been accused of allegedly grooming and raping. Why are all of these men that kick it together all being accused? Academics, Drewski, Odell Beckham, y'all are all connected to one another. That's what makes it believable. That's exactly what makes it believable, is that you're all connected. Not a coincidence. Andrew D. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. It's another young woman with accusations against Diddy saying he sold her around this part. Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 of those. For real. It's multiple young women. Like, that's part of the 157 cases that Busby has been filing and scheduling. Not his dress made him do. Yep. Natanya Rubin, I believe Natanya Rubin was shot. I do. I don't doubt that at all. I wanna know more about that, because it's multiple stories going around saying that allegedly Natanya Rubin at that time had a whole different lifestyle and had got allegedly caught up in some shit with some dudes about flipping some shit, and that allegedly that's what led to her being, targeted, because it allegedly has something to do with Diddy and money, allegedly, and him getting mad about some other shit, allegedly. So all I'm saying is, I believe there's more to the story than what we've been told, and I hope that the full, unfiltered part of all of that does get revealed. As far as the investigations, that I don't know, because it was Jaguar herself that told me this, because she called me in a panic about, asking me when was the last time I had talked to Bliss Forever. Had I ever talked to Bonnie Ellis? Fuck no, because Bonnie Ellis was annoying as shit. She kept sending me 11 fucking emails that were like 11 goddamn pages long, just rambling about bullshit. Like, bruh, I ain't got time for this shit. I was like, no, this is long as fuck, and none of this even makes sense. And then the whole thing with Bliss Forever, hitting up all of our channels claiming that she was one of the victims in the California fires, and how her and her son was living in a car. Same exact scam that Adria English ran. That's what makes it suspect, is because both of these women were on Natanya's channel with Jaguar. Not a coincidence. And I was never even told about the Bliss Forever fundraiser that was done at the same time that they said they were going to try to do one for me. And I didn't even get mad. I still supported everybody. I supported Jaguar. I supported Natanya. But yeah, them people that did all them multiple fundraisers, yeah, all of that shit's being investigated, because she was all scared about it. She was like, all it's going to take is, you know, for one grand larceny scheme to be pinned on me, and then I'll go to jail. And then she's like, and that involves you too, D? No, the fuck it don't. It ain't gonna never involve D, because remember, y'all didn't invite D. Remember that? You didn't invite my ass. So, ain't no fucking way. Then that's when the attention was put onto me, projected onto me by Jaguar. This whole D's a scammer bullshit to try to get the heat off your ass. People wonder why I want to see all these people pay, because y'all all are fucked up. That's why. And you've gotten away with being fucked up for far too long. It's one thing if you're choosing to do the work to heal. It's another thing when you know that you're toxic and you continue to just spiral out of control in toxicity and expect people to just tolerate it. Because, oh, I'm a celebrity, or I'm a D-list celebrity, or I'm a has-been. Which, let's be honest, all of y'all are. Ain't none of y'all popping as artists. Jaguar, you are not popping as an artist. Jay-Z and Diddy, y'all niggas ain't popping as artists because all of y'all are old. And you're being replaced by new talent, the next generation. These motherfuckers don't want to hear none of y'all music. And a lot of these young people don't even know who the fuck y'all are. If they in their 20s, a lot of them don't even know who y'all are. I'm just being real. Because I was a Lyft driver for a minute. They didn't know who the fuck y'all were. So if this is how you want to stay relevant, cool. But understand what comes with that. And the crazy thing is calling me a scammer when I don't use super chats, super stickers, or memberships. And I don't hustle my subscribers. I let it be known where they can send channel donations and leave it up to them to decide if they're going to send it. It's amazing to me seeing all of this shit come full circle. I do feel vindicated. Because everything I've been telling people for years, for decades, it's happening. Not just Jaguar. I'm talking about, I've been researching Jay-Z for real for like over 20 years. Because something in me always was like, he just has this, I'm proud to be a part of the dark type energy about him. Then when I discovered the Do As Thou Wilt clothing line that he started in the 90s, I started showing that shit on Facebook, and people was like, damn, we ain't even, I said, bruh. He was launching that shit during the Run the World promotion, that album being put out with him and Riri, the alleged first side bitch, the alleged minor sex worker. That's the newest tea out here, is that allegedly Jay-Z and Rihanna's mother and father allegedly had a conversation where they all agreed to Rihanna being transported to the U.S. to basically be given to Jay-Z to do as he willed with her and turn her into a star. And he allegedly paid the mom and the dad a very hefty gift, allegedly. So now the tea was Rihanna a child prostitute? That's what people are saying, that allegedly in Barbados she was. And I hope she wasn't, but honestly, her story kind of does fit the background. The father's an alcoholic, the mom's a single mom. She's working all the time. Both the parents are allegedly on drugs. The kids are left by themselves. Beautiful young lady that can sing. Oh, we can turn her into a star. Yeah, send her over to me. I'm going to send y'all this money. Why do you think the father didn't come to pick her up right away? And again, who allows their 15... I have a niece that's 15. My sister would never let my niece travel by herself out the country to go meet a man in his early 30s. Damn near twice her age. Actually, yes, twice her age. That definitely sounds like an incentivized situation, allegedly. He said, but Jag admitted to paying like $1,500 for Amber to do that woman's therapy thing. Right, but when it came to D, didn't do shit and then had the audacity to talk shit. And try to blame me for fundraisers that I was never even fucking a part of. Just like they spent money to help out Maggie, and both Maggie and Amber turned on their ass. I can't believe Jag has it out. Right, thank you. Trouble, you want to blame it on me? That's why God is handling you the way that you being handled. Y'all can talk all the shit you want about me. I know exactly what my life is, what my real reality is. But one thing I ain't never did is any fundraiser for anybody on YouTube. I haven't even done a fundraiser for myself on YouTube. I put together a GoFundMe for me getting my surgery done. Why would I participate in a fundraiser for someone else when my own living situation wasn't stable and I was dealing with bullshit of a dude trying to hustle me, who was an Airbnb host that I paid outside of them because he gave me a discount? You knew the situation. You said you was going to help. You didn't help. All of a sudden, crickets. I didn't say shit. And then I find out from y'all, oh, they did a fundraiser for Bliss Forever on the Tanya Rubin's channel. Jaguar was there. What? When? And the first thought was, why the fuck they didn't tell me if I'm family? Then I thought about it. Well, because they said they were going to do a fundraiser for me and didn't. I still would have supported because that's what we always did. Y'all know we pulled up and supported Natanya's channel, Jaguar's channel, Odell's channel, Maggie's channel, and even Sean Atwood. We supported. And the very people that we supported that all decided to come together and try to attack and cyberbully and gang stalk, defame and slander and try to break my soul, them very people are all getting their karma as we are witnessing. But you can never, this lies about, oh, D is this, D is that, and ain't never proved none of the shit you said. Ain't never produced a receipt because ain't none. But steady lying, talking shit, and trying to avoid taking accountability. It sounds like you are just like Jay-Z. You said Jay-Z starts a bunch of fires and tries to have everybody else put them out. How is that not what the fuck your ass has been doing and even try to do to me? You gonna try to exclude me for... You did exclude me from some shit, then tried to blame it on me, and then did a whole cyberbullying, gang stalking, humiliation ritual. Because I wasn't finna let you or none of your goddamn trolls try to run me and my channel. The shit I built before you ever came to my chat. So I'm wondering, these CASHAPP, these alleged CASHAPP scams that people have said you've been doing for years, I'm wondering if it's possible. Did you, like, is this some shit? Do y'all split the proceeds when you do shit? Why did so many of people's accounts get hacked after we donated to Bliss Forever, who came from your channel, Jaguar? And you tried to blame that shit on me. when cybersecurity is my number one priority. Anybody that knows me in real life knows that. I have backups for everything. Double and triple security for everything. Because I actually have been a victim of identity theft, which y'all witnessed happen when Official King Primate did that live that I got taken down, putting out my birth records and all of my just, identity, just stupid shit. Amazing how everybody who participated in the fuck shit, all of y'all is getting y'all karma and all of y'all are getting exposed. Jay-Z, your ass. You know what? You gonna need to lube that asshole up, cause they gonna shit. They gonna look at you and them ugly ass Timu ass Dookie dread looking like. Cause this shit here is horrible. These accusations are horrible. There's no amount of money that you'll be able to pay to get out of this. So you better have some good lawyers that can produce sufficient evidence for you to get acquitted. If it's true, if it's not true. I have a feeling though, I don't think you're getting out of this one. Kim Trails, good to see you. Exactly. People have been saying for years that allegedly Rihanna was a child prostitute. So again, if that's true, that would make sense why she hasn't said shit. She has just played her role and gotten her bag and went on about her life and married a dude that's allegedly down low and had babies. But deep down inside, Rihanna knows a lot. And the way she was so nervous when Tyra Banks was questioning her, when Tyra was basically acting like she wanted Rihanna to expose Jay-Z, and she was like, so what was it that you said he told you when you guys met, at the studio? She was like, oh, don't make me say it publicly. And she nervously laughed like she was scared of Jay-Z. Well, he told me I either, walk out the front door with the signed deal or out the window. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Who tells a 15-year-old girl that just traveled across the country to meet you? Why were y'all in that room for hours by yourselves? Again, if those rumors are allegedly true, it would make perfect sense why y'all was in that room by yourselves for several hours. And a minor, again, Jay-Z, why does your name keep coming up being connected to minors? Because there's other men that have made allegations about alleged abuse when they were minors, and other women. Foxy Brown, not just Jag, Foxy Brown too. Aaliyah too, Beyonce too. All were teenagers. When Beyonce said, you taught me how to be a woman, it just reeked of grooming. Shit was crazy, bro. I feel like this time he's going down. Now, with the peace treaty, Israel and Hamas agreed to first phase of a peace deal. Here's what we know. So, again, this is what I was telling y'all was coming recently and even in the last year. So Israel and Hamas have agreed to the first phase of President Donald Trump. I just got to call him President, grab him by the pussy. Plan to end the war in Gaza. He announced hailing what he called a strong and durable peace after more than 2 years of conflict. I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. Again, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Trump wrote on Truth Social on Wednesday, this means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. What I also read up about this was that the whole reason that he is being so public about this is that he thought he was going to get the Nobel Peace Prize for this peace treaty, and quickly President grabbed him by the pussy was reminded of the insurrection of last year. Sir, ain't nobody giving you a Nobel Peace Prize when you led an insurrection against our government building. Like, stop it. But again, a narcissist and a dumbass sees nothing wrong with that behavior. Y'all bear with me a second. I always mispronounce his name. Netanyahu. I have to say it slower. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he would convene his government on Thursday to approve the agreement and thank Trump and his team. With God's help, we will bring them all home. Hamas announced what it described as a deal stipulating an end to the war in Gaza, the occupation's withdrawal from it, the entry of aid, and the prisoner exchange. In a post on Telegram, the group urged Trump and mediators to compel the occupation government to fully implement the obligations of the agreement and to prevent it from evading or delaying implementation. So yeah, they have a 20-point plan. Wait, Trump actually threatened Hamas to let all hell break loose? Oh my God, he's such an idiot. This dude is nuts. But basically, like I told y'all this was coming. The peace treaty is definitely a good thing, obviously. But don't get comfortable just because of that. Still be preparing to live off grid. If you know that you are a person that would not want to take that mark, you would not want to be a part of that satanic system and agenda, then the best thing to do is just like Ezekiel 38 said, which is be prepared. So, all right, family, I need to go because of the time. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. There will be a part 2 because I'm going to do some more investigation into this new case, against Jay-Z. I want to see if I can find some details on solid information, because so far what I've researched isn't really solid. And y'all know I don't come and screen anything unless it is solid. So I probably will do a part 2 to this. And then I'm also investigating the Parham versus Combs, which again, that hearing was supposed to have been today. But keep it in mind that, again, Ariel Mitchell and Sean trying to withdraw from representing them. And what they said was that it was irreconcilable differences. How do you have irreconcilable differences with your client who you're supposed to be representing right before the trial scheduled? Like, what irreconcilable differences? So I'm honestly like anxious to see what does happen during the case, because I really, really want to see both sides produce evidence. I want to see Parham's side produce evidence, and I want to see the defendants. I want to see them produce evidence, because I want to know what really happened. All I know is talks about safe houses and people being shipped off in shipping containers is definitely a topic that I heard from Jaguar on multiple occasions. So we'll see how that goes. But family, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate all of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everybody that engaged in the chat. And again, for those who would like to support the channel, just send your channel donations to my Cash App, which is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I have Venmo because some people have Venmo and not Cash App, but of course, you know, Cash App is the best way. And for those that would like to book a 30-minute video consultation or a 1-hour video consultation, reach out to me on Instagram, DM me at JustDeeShow, but you do need to be following me before you DM me, otherwise I won't see your message. And let me know and I can get you scheduled. So thank y'all. I will return hopefully later today. Y'all have a beautiful